It was an extraordinary game to watch, a pleasure to cast, and we're going to get to see Vitality and Navi, two yellow teams going head-to-head. This should be an absolute banger, man. I don't know what to expect, but I think, you know, coming into the last leg, the last couple tournaments of the year, Simple, zywoo, maybe zywoo doesn't care so much about being the #1 player in the world, maybe as much as Simple does. But it's going to be on their minds, you know, the rating. It's going to be on their minds. It's a fun thing. Everybody wants to be #1.
Not everybody can be, but this man certainly makes a strong argument. Simple has opened up the game with the opening kill. It is Apex down at a distance. Now we're going to get that challenge over towards ramp. shox not sticking around too long, as he is very much outnumbered, but zywoo has pushed into lobby behind them. flamie going to keep this honest. Focuses on it. Masuda, of course, behind zywoo, so there are 2 CTs, but only one's been spotted. boomich going to be sussing out the A site, and it's really just a tough game gathering information. Where are these CTs at? flamie now knows there's 2 players pushing into the ramp room, and then he deals with shox, who comes back up from the depths of that B bomb site. zywoo shut down, and a flawless pistol comes in from Navi as flamie slays 3.
You have to absolutely give it up to flamie for doing so much there. That was just beautiful from him, to be honest. Like, we see this readjustment on the second player. Look, it's mechanical. Oof. And then he finds the 3rd target as well. Shuts it down. flamie, king of the ramp on both sides, it seems like here. Starting out the T-pistol hot. And the reinvestment will come through for Vitality. Let's see what the CT setup is going to look like. Scout in hand for Apex. Double ramp setup for now. And what might be an early push into the hut. Looking to just get some control here. You keep a roof over your head if you're Masuda. Shield yourself from some of the negative attention, but you know, his position will also get refreshed here by RBK, though a trade comes down. Ramp push is here.
Ooh, accidental jump from Simple. I feel like I've been seeing those a lot from him. Jumping up.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what brand of mouse he uses.
Someone ship him some new stuff. flamie gets tagged down to 3 HP. boomich a little bit delayed there on finding zywoo inside of the site, but it doesn't cost anybody their lives for Navi. Only that first casualty against Perfecto. So a clean second round from Navi, and a quick one too.
Yeah, they put the pressure on. I think they only activate the ramp push after they get the information from the lobby push, but they give it their best shot. I've been very impressed by Vitality on all of their setups. To me, it feels like, you know, the rankings are one thing because this stuff changes week to week, but for my money, when I watch how they play some of these maps, I feel like they are the best team on a few different fronts. I feel like Navi are very inconsistent at times, but then can get carried really hard by Simple. Like, inconsistent in terms of their, like, what it feels like what their ideas are coming into a round, how their setups seem flawed sometimes, but they still make it through because they've got so much firepower. But Vitality have that nice balance where zywoo is consistent, plus they've got a lot of really cool setups to use as well, and their executions are more or less flawless. So we're going to see a new idea brought here to this eco round. 3 pistols outside.
5 pistols outside. Look at them all. Swarming the garage and then falling back. Iconic going to keep his distance.
Navi really one of those teams that just, they look genius in one round and then a little bit silly in another round, you know? Like, boomich can really orchestrate a round so well and put together the most creative strategy. Everyone fires on all cylinders. Could be a pretty complex round as well, and it'll look great. They're capable of it, but they, for some reason, lack the consistency to put together an entire game plan of a half sometimes. What we saw versus Astralis was really late into the halves. They started to have much better rounds, I think, when they got a certain amount of information. And I think they can't let that happen versus Vitality, because I felt like Astralis were not quite as sharp versus Navi. And Vitality have just been a little bit too consistent lately.
Well, this is their first gun round of the first map. So let's see it, Vitality. Time to stop this early spree. 3 SMGs still within the mix for Navi. Outer yard, not where boomich's weaponry are going to be the most efficient.
Boom blah.
Silence.
I kill you?
No, just a little bit, just a little tense here. Very tense moment, Vitality, in this first gun round. Not making any brash decisions. zywoo's all the way back in the CT spawn, and I mean all the way back.
Oh, this guy's buying guns.
So very welcoming of Navi to wrap around this A site. They go off of the incendiary. It is perfect from Boomich. Just sprints into the site like it's nobody's business. Apex gets 1 kill, that's it. And zywoo nowhere to be found because he was still so far back. So no pressure over towards ramp, no aggression from Vitality at the base of silo. Navi, they just sink their teeth into the A site, and it helps out that Boomich, he had 2 players flustered. That Molotov landed right on top of Vitality's setup, and he completely caught them off guard.
Great flashes. Wrapping around the bomb site with that MAC-10, the flashes to complement the rush ended up working out extraordinarily well. The execution looked flawless. Always very nice to win a round like that. You never want to lose versus the upper explodes. It feels like it's one of the easiest things to hold on CT side, but with some well-timed in place flashes, you can make an argument for, you know, pulling this off more than a few times and a half. So we'll see if this is now a threat that looms over top of Vitality's head, or if it really is just a one-off. It feels like they're becoming more and more commonplace with the molly that lands backside right here, because a lot of the site anchors are standing here on the opposite side of the site. People used to not molly that quite as much. Now that's happening more and more. So Navi will come out with a 4-0, and zywoo, we'll see what he'll do with the AWP. He has a multitude of options, of course. And, you know, sitting back passive is probably going to be the last on his list. Where we saw him in spawn, that's not really a place for him in a round like this. He's got to try to take things into his own hands.
He'll do so by repositioning to the garage early on. Navi in lobby. And it's simple to find the first kill. Sure enough, headshot into Masuda. He goes down on the side of Mini.
It very much feels like they're going to try to do so. It feels like an upper explode or a ramp hit's coming soon. Okay, zywoo gets a kill, and then they'll start to move. They just wanted to find out where that op was. And, shox will try to shut him down.
He does well enough with the first one. Also, tagging Simple down to half health. RPK's going to get aggressive inside of Squeaky. That costs him. Electronic had just been sat back. Simple.
You're going to cancel, yeah?
Off to the races. He's got 3 kills, 4 assists. And his first death now at the hands of Apex.
And they were thinking about going upstairs when they saw zywoo drop down the vent. So Apex will come clear this out, but it's at this point where Navi just need to take upstairs. I think they got the rotation they were looking for. They know where Apex is. No sense in really slowing this down too much.
Yeah, they doubled Electronic back around from lobby to the silo through Mini, just to make sure they come at this from different angles. zywoo, he could very well still find them with their backs turned. This boils down to a matter of timing, and Electronic, well, he's yet to turn attention. Easy pickup from zywoo. Now the last man dives back down vents, and Flamey's going to sprint over to this B site, which is, of course, open for the taking. Apex, he had moved over to hell, but he wastes no time coming back down the ramp. This could be the 1v1, but Flamey, he didn't have his gun up. Thought he still had a little bit more time to play. A 2v2 victory here for Vitality, and remember, they started with that single op.
When Simple died, I need to get some more information here, because I felt like Navi knew that they could take upstairs when Simple dies. Because I thought they knew where zywoo was, and then I thought they saw him drop down the vent, and then when they had that information, and then Apex got the kill on Simple, what else do you need to know to go upstairs? That's my question.
Maybe they had already thought that Apex would have moved into heaven. Killed Simple, goes to heaven.
They were in lobby when he was in ramp. Like, it's just like they could have just gone, but they just waited, yeah. The only question mark for me was whether or not they knew where zywoo actually was, but I thought they saw it. Anyways, that's
hell of a way to start.
Navi, they really struggle on these anti-ecos. It's not the first time.
And it's Vitality now back in with a double op setup and an opening kill. Apex, he's going to find the head of Electronic over here outside. Falls back to Secret. Ooh. Gets locked into a gunfight.
Oh, he can clock out for the evening. That's a very big kill to start things out. Electronic's been doing a lot of lurking on the T side. Game plan switch up. They see that Apex has fallen back. They try to take advantage of this a little bit. throwing some smokes down upstairs, outside. And zywoo on the god angle.
Tries to get flashed through. That one gets caught by boomich. Perfecto and Flamey still in lobby with a third player back behind them. That's Bomb. So it is boomich all on his own.
That's a really great punish. That was the play to get some information for Vitality, but they only see one.
And it costs them. Into the 4v4 we go. A little bit of utility pressure coming in on the A site. Perfecto gets tagged by the ramp op. It's RPK to try and hold. And sure enough, now he confirms that bomb. Continues on for more damage, but it's zywoo with the following kill. And as he slides down into the A site, Perfecto's going to take him. It's only 15 HP for the 2 remaining Ts. shox drops and a no-scope to close.
Shoot! shox with the confidence comes through. I feel like zywoo was a victim of the falling inaccuracy when he came down for his. But these 2 ops rotating into heaven, at least one of them gets both the kills. This is pretty nasty stuff. Bottle on his way down too. Instant no scope into Perfecto. Still preoccupied with the thought that someone could be up top.
I like that he doesn't take the little ramp either. You know, he moves a little bit forward, gets closer. You can see that T coming off of it, not expecting him to be that 5 feet closer than he maybe could have been. Buy back up for Navi. Electronic, he just saw you, shox. And the MP9 slips behind Red Box, but there is no helping hand here for Electronic. Damage both ways through smoke. It's a dink from shox, but that MP9 only shaves 60 off Electronic. zywoo, he's waiting for that upper peak, anticipating that somebody would help Electronic, and Simple was just there. But he falls back. Plenty of time to play.
You know, we see how what the CT game plan looks like. It's almost very standard, but just really well drilled, right? The same stuff, certain amount of pressure outside, some pushes coming out from Apex trying to make some plays. They got zywoo as a fallback plan. They have Masuda, who they use as a token to get some information. Whether or not he gets a kill, it might not have a negative impact. But yes, it seems to have scared Navi a little bit, but look, oh my god, how does boomich lose that? zywoo wasn't even looking at him at first.
That's a flick we're going to have to see. Man advantage. And a smoke in the forefront of Masuda, but it's the squeaky pop. 3 players through for Navi. RPK not going to contest this, so they dive down vents, very much known to Vitality. Perfecto lingers a little longer, but still he gets chopped down. Simple bomb plant back site. shox barely standing at this point. And it's only 1 smoke on zywoo for this retake. There's flashbangs in the mix. But we've got Navi working over towards the double doors. There goes Flamey. Simple just on the other side of this. He anticipates the walkout from ramp, but Electronic, he's going to go peeking forward and dies out to the MP9. It's Simple. Ready to clutch. Sees a couple shoulders, takes one with him, but that clump up from Vitality. 3 players push out Decon, they ensure the retake, and Vitality now just within 1 round of tying at 4.
With a ramp player to give them some guidance, you know, tell them certain angles are cleared, made it a little bit easier to come out of Decon. And this is an off-scope adjustment, isn't it? The shot comes in, wow, it's just a really amazing reflex there from zywoo. That is some nasty stuff. Should have easily been a kill for RPK, or sorry, for boomich. I actually lost track about him in the lurk. We'll have attack timeout called to go over things. And we'll see if the game plan will lead them towards trying to find outside control once again. Again, there's so many different modes of aggression here on the CT side from Vitality. It's hard for Navi to carve out a place in the round in yard, but I think as we saw that last round, there was an opening. There is a way to get by the CTs and their kind of relentless attitude when it comes to trying to get information there.
Bit more of an aggressive tempo. Tons of smokes up outside. Perfecto. 1 and done. Masuda is able to claw that one back through the hut. We do have a dive downstairs by boomich. And Electronic looks to join him through the secret stairs. Where's this rotate?
Yeah, this is a good split. I mean, look, ramp is wide open, right? So zywoo's got no choice but to respect that a little bit. shox will be close up in that position. But Navi, they're in a pretty strong position here if they figure this out. This doesn't seem like a totally appropriate response on the CT side. They're lacking some coverage and some key pieces of information. So we'll see now if NAVI can, you know, continue forward with this split.
Both sets of doors swung open. Definitely draws the attention of shox. He's not quite sure where he should be looking. Doors now closed and reopened. Wow, that's enough to make him look away. Peek out from Masuda as the molly hits his feet. A big peek comes through from these T's and Hut. Well, that gets shut down too. Everything gets shut down by Vitality. Navi, there was layers to that. We had doors swinging open and closed. We had rotates up the vent. They thought they could crunch into the A site, but Vitality still with numbers in position shut that play right down. Boomich, he's going to get blown away by Apex, sidelined, and score tied. 4 rounds each.
I think NAVI overplayed their hand a little bit. Like, they had the lower control, the rotations were in place, they got CeRq really quickly, but they didn't respect their own information in this position. They decided to run backwards upstairs into the CTs, who didn't move a muscle. They've been sitting here waiting for this execute the whole time, and they didn't know that there were up to 4 players that have already gotten downstairs. NAVI, you played yourself. I don't think they should have overthought that. They even had Boomich come through, get the opening kill on shox. Thought a little bit too hard.
What's going on with those swinging doors, Mohan?
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, shox was looking at it, looked away when they closed just to make an eye on control room, and then
he thought he was getting played with, and then it opened again. I mean, I like that from Boomich.
Are they open or are they closed?
Make up your mind.
The uncertainty.
Well, that's a little bit disappointing from NAVI, but at least we'll get the immediate buyback on both sides.
Still no op in the hands of Simple. That's why I got out of bed this morning.
Not for the AUG.
Well, man. Once we get to the CT side.
CT side, okay.
These first 15. Want that sniper fight. Molotov back to the far vents. 3 T's coming in through Hut. And RPK, he gets burned out of his position. They hold, though. Not that full commitment. Flamey, he's going to take the op shot from the player up in heaven. He decides better than to go charging out recklessly. Vitality very much on high alert. We've got shox with an off angle towards ramp. Misses his chance at getting a quick headshot and then falls off. Down to the B site he goes. And there are protocols in position over towards Hell. I believe that's zywoo outside by CT spawn. So they're not going to find anybody peeking despite their patience. 1 smoke left now. We saw NAVI just throw a ton of utility onto that A site and make absolutely nothing of it.
Well, I think this is a good round to go upstairs, right? They got the ramp control. I think these are the rotations they're trying to threaten downstairs without actually taking it. Boomich is here to be that kind of aggressive lurk, baiting himself a little bit. Doesn't get the kill, but this might mean you want to try to go into an execute now before the CTs take heed. However, still a player back in the site. Flamey's dying inside the squeaky. Trade comes down. They know RPK's back here, but he is the tank.
Yeah, and the tank don't move. zywoo, the turret. And, well, the tunnels player gets shut down. Perfecto on for 2. And a couple more shots there. zywoo hits the dirt. It's a 1v1 versus shox, but instead, Perfecto can't quite catch them all.
That was a very possible situation.
And Vitality, well, they've now won 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I don't actually know zywoo rotates in, but he's on the floor. Boots on the ground there with RPK. And they're just evenly stacked. The one place, and it looks like, well, oh, here, NAVI actually are prepared for everything. The one place they're a little bit weak to is, of course, that heaven wrap with 2 players downstairs, 3 upstairs. But yeah, I guess they respond well. I didn't even realize they had 3. But that'll leave NAVI on just deagles. Some utility to try to score a plant if possible. That's pretty cool. I mean, they didn't even... I'm surprised that... This is kind of like watching simple CT rotations. Like, his reads were always really perfect. That's kind of the same thing with zywoo there, because... normally, if you lose ramp like that, then your opper is going to try to pick it up from turnpike to make sure they can't flank you down ramp and, you know, catch the player like Boomich, just sit over there. That leaves upper weaker upstairs, but he was very much committed in the site. and I don't know when he rotated.
jaCkz able to find that easy headshot. Obviously, lack of helmet's not going to help. Boomich. He gets blasted away, and shox still at a distance here. Will they be able to find anything? They're waiting. Simple playing Siege. Finds jaCkz through the pop doorway. Now who's next? This Desert Eagle is deadly, and Masuda, he's going to take a shot down to 38. There's damage going both ways. Perfecto, he's picked up a kill off of the sidearm. Suddenly, Team Vitality no longer looking as comfortable. Masuda, he's going to run the risk, walks forward into the 2Ts. Simple's going to punish. RPK takes his place, but zywoo, Simple, he just destroys him over top of it. That bomb can be goose-egged by RPK. He's going to sit here and hold it off, but Perfecto with a gun doing damage. RPK 30 health. That's all that makes a difference versus Deagles.
It got scary. One more shot, he was dead, but he'll lock it down.
I want to see this next one.
Yeah, let's see this heaven shot. It's Masuda, dies, and then instantly to heaven while a player peeks him.
Damn.
Potential for him to even stay alive past that point if RPK doesn't come in for the hot trade. So that'll put Vitality on fire here for the 5-round streak. Another buy up again. And I really wonder for NAVI when that upper exec is going to come back into play. The one we saw earlier on in the half. I'd like to know if it works and if they'll try it again.
Hitting a bit of a brick wall now, Navi. That last one came dangerously close, so let it inspire you. Smokes yet again thrown outside. We got jaCkz going to play into the secret stairs.
They're trying to take advantage of Squeaky here.
3 players on the other side of it. This round. They get into that A site, and everybody for Vitality has wound up dead other than jaCkz. He can hide inside the vents as long as he wants. This round belongs to NAVI. A 6-round spree from Vitality put to an end.
Well, they do it. They pull off the upper explode this time. They use a little bit of an outside fake. It's nicely timed. It's tasteful. They don't overcommit to it. They have Electronic come through with a wrap in through mini. I think the execution on that, the whole strat's pretty beautiful. I think some of their actual just like, you know, end-to-end strategies where it's like a full execute, they get copied by a lot of teams. They're really well thought out for NAVI. It's some of their defaults that look sometimes a little bit strange or have a few flaws in them. But that's a pretty good round. It seems quite hard to stop that. Of course, the idea is if you put pressure on the outside as a fake, then the mini player has to split his attention behind his flank and also fighting upstairs, and this just allows you enough leeway to get out of Squeaky, which is where they focus in first.
Yeah, the early success of NAVI definitely, I think, was helped by the fact that Masuda was off to such a slow start. He was 0-6 at one point, but he is also one of those A players. So like you said, he was very much stretched thin in that last one. We saw him just cowering behind boxes. From that 0-6 score, he got up to 5-8 before that most recent death, his 9th. So a little bit of a recovery on the A site. And Vitality, despite winning 6 rounds in a row, have a questionable economy for this one.
Yeah, it's always tight with NAVI, and just no matter who they're playing, they're always able to keep up. It feels like Vitality have done a number of cool things here on CT side, but NAVI have had a couple of great strats. Plus, they have that pistol round in. So I think the world is their oyster in this round, whether or not they want to slow it down. I really wonder, I think the other thing that they want to try to answer this half is taking a little bit of outside control and then actually coming through with the ramp split to lower. Instead of faking out and like running back to upstairs.
That last smoke a little late.
They're doing the same thing, huh?
Oh, nice. Electronic, he slips beyond zywoo. jaCkz also now giving away his position, and he's not quite exactly sure where Electronics got off to. So jaCkz, he dives back through mini, but look at this. We have shox coming into the garage, and it's already occupied.
Oh, look how uncomfortable they are with that. The idea that someone has gotten into their big garage, they just do not operate anymore. Every piece of resource, every resource is just dedicated to trying to find him, and eventually they will. But this also gives electronic information. This is one of the upper anchors. So this allows NAVI to get into the upstairs site.
Certainly.
That's Vitality's insecurity. Letting someone go unchecked outside.
Now, with that bomb plant, you'd think that NAVI secure this round. There's no buyback up from Vitality. They have no kit on this play. And valuable utility for the next round. So, conceding a 6th. Very nicely done by Electronic to get into the garage to push past smoke. Some curious timing in that one I saw. I don't know the intentions, but the closest smoke grenade outside of Mini popped later than all of the others. And that's what we see zywoo run through once it finally pops, but Electronic had already just gotten past it.
I think they flashed with it, so I think they were just timing that no matter what to try to catch. I think they're looking for Electronic, and he's peeking whenever that flash pops. So I'm not sure that the player who threw the flash knew when this was coming, but you see this flash pop, and then it's just
seconds of difference.
Like you mentioned, a timing. Yeah.
And then, of course, had shox gotten that kill, we would have maybe watched RPK be closer to the A site, more of a defense attempt, but Vitality, they kind of get away with an easy concede.
He was just kind of like a black hole. Like Electronic just had too much gravity in that situation. Everybody was looking for him, and then just that alone, even getting the kill, cost him around. So what happens now? NAVI getting better and better each and every T round that we watch. Electronic looking to go for another lurk here outside. This time, new variation on the smokes. In fact, there are none. No all smokes, no diagonal smokes. They're just going to let him walk up dry, and look how much progress he's made.
Damn. shox gets completely blindsided. RPK, he's going to come back out from credit card. A second headshot hones in on Simple, only then to die. Wasn't the best of buys from Vitality, but they made the most of RPK. They'd love to still have shox up, but the cost of leaving outer open and flaming. Well, he's just tucked close on Squeaky. Masuda, quick trade kill. They've got him pinned into the corner. And Simple, well, he can't come help fast enough. He's got his own fight outside, tapping away at it, finally getting the better of Apex. And now the 1v1. Both these players with 2 kills apiece already in the 13th round.
Oh, he has to go get the bomb. I think that Molly's actually great, because then he finds out that Masuda either did push in the lobby or go down the vents. Now he has to go get the bomb, so this is obviously one thing he's concerned about. But let's see what Simple plays off of.
Ooh, he's hunting.
Oh my goodness.
Masuda's already on red. Caught by Masuda.
Did they know the bomb was outside there?
No way.
Yeah, there's no one that died in that.
No way.
Wow. How the hell?
Because nobody ever gets past Squeaky, so...
Yeah, I guess he wasn't even worried about the bomb. He just realized that Simple was out there at one point. A big play by Masuda after getting the 2K, breaking apart the crossfire, and then coming in on this flank of his own volition to go down the vent, wrap all the way around through secret, and try to get away with the fact that Simple didn't see him drop down.
So Vitality back into the lead. Double op setup is theirs. Buyback for NAVI. And this T side keeps on giving. We are as close as it can get. 2 more rounds to play out here for the T side of NAVI. Masuda, who I credited with the recovery, also now has a clutch underneath his belt.
Let me tell you right now, that Vitality, the only thing in the world they want to make sure they don't lose to is another upper explode.
Sure enough.
They got 3 guys here on the floor.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Push through hut from Masuda. A dangerous game to play.
And he doesn't see a lot. Doesn't get far enough to turn that corner. But zywoo's got significant information here. There's no ramp push, but I think we've got a deeper angle from the ramp as well. Can we take a look at that, DJ? How far is he looking, shox? I'll actually rotate out to Turnpike. And look what's potentially coming.
Again, RPK made uncomfortable, loses 1/3 his health.
Oh, no counter utility.
zywoo in the A site, right on the side of the smoke, and already Flamey's been able to cross over. Apex, he can do nothing from inside the vents, but shox, well, maybe he delivers a kill or 2. Finds the first one, falls back. Perfecto gonna plant front sight. Apex still down on B. He is pinned into this position. Still around to play after this one, so a justifiable save.
Gotta watch the demo, take a look at these upper explodes, see how they're working out so damn well.
zywoo playing close smoke with the op.
Just trying to do something tricky there.
Yeah, and Flamey crosses beyond him. He never saw it coming, and then suddenly when he heard that someone's close, Flamey's already outside of the smoke, peering all over that ape play.
Did he see him, or did he spam him from through the smoke?
I'm pretty sure Flamey pushed beyond, and then turned around and caught zywoo close smoke as his teammates came out.
Okay.
If my eyes do not deceive me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, crosses out.
So zywoo, it's a flash, and once again, the nades are working out well. We see how the smoke comes up in front of Squeaky. As they're executing, they hold down vent. They've got the mini flank coming in as well. This has been an unsolved mystery for Vitality. Why do we keep losing to this? It feels like it's happening in a new way. And you got to give credit here to NAVI. They've got looks like an unlimited variety of protocols to keep their upper executes very fresh. Fresher than produce.
Couple of crummy pistols for Vitality. That is the additional challenge of this 15th round. And finally, we see Simple on an op for the T side. Has not been a necessary piece of their success. But maybe it will be a part of the equation for Navi to take an 8th. shox gets down here early. They do still have a CT inside of the big garage. shox finds his kill as zywoo also secures a frag outside and then falls back, confirming that 2 of the last 3 Ts are still outdoors here. Apex, big dunk. Has the man jump off the rooftops, and Boomich, well, he's going to transition right into the garage, but he gets blindsided by the second peek. That's Apex with another. Getting the better of Simple over by Red. Flamey, let's see it. 45 seconds in the 1v4, or Vitality with a 1-round lead.
It's unlikely, but you know what? Why not? What else does he have to do today? Let's see if he can win this. No bomb in his hand. Oh, almost fails on the first kill. He'll get that.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Time now starts to play.
The wind conditions are dwindling.
Wind can dwindling. Op shot from shox closes for Vitality. They will have that 8-round edge. But after that spree of 6, a nice back and forth made possible by Navi. Join us after the break to see who takes Nuke.
Oh, all pink.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fall Games. I'm your host Maniac and we'll be at the drone range where our competitors will be shooting drones. First up is Valde.
Okay. Holy, it's fast.
750 now.
Holy shit, this is tough.
There's a little bit of frustration coming out of Valde. Can understand that.
This is hard when you just woke up.
It's the first try, mate. Take your time, figure it out.
My orb is slow today.
He's got something on the rhythm going on now. It's looking better. All right. All right.
This was decent at least.
Oh.
Now we have shox.
It's fast. Wait. I need to have an angle.
He's trying to have a theory behind it. He wants to optimize the situation. Goes to the 500 now. There we go. Gotta be patient.
No.
It's all right. 2,000 points. Can he do 3,000? That's it. You got it. Oh, wow.
Okay. This is my score. Not the best, but I think it's good, no?
Next up, we have Electronic. Let's see what he can do with the AWP. He goes for the 250 now. Trying to catch them as they move.
It is up.
Goes for the 500 now. Straight to 750.
So bad.
Now we have tiziaN from Big. And he's got something going on right here. Oh my god, he's figured out the timing. 750 is what he wants.
Oh, you're making me nervous.
I'm also nervous. Don't worry about it, tiziaN. $3,000. All right. Okay, let's have a look at the scoreboard now.
A one-round edge for Vitality at the end of that CT side. Navi really making the most of those A hits, and Vitality not being able to really get the solution going for them. So they take to the offense on their opponent's map choice. Let's see if they can win this second pistol the same way Navi took theirs.
Yeah, this is tight, man. Now the game will start to heat up. This is the match to show us who the best team in the tournament is, right? Upper bracket, the hot match of the day. Strauss down there, OG out, Furia down there, G2 down there. These are the two reigning kings at the moment.
And only one crown. Perfecto finding a quick headshot. Electronic now also using the unsilenced USP. It is a disease in the Navi camp. Flamey still knows what's up. Nice.
Man, he's looking sharp.
2 kills off of the aggression from ramp.
5 of the pistols today for Flamey.
Shuts down that 2v2 real quick.
Big moves from Flamey. He's got the ramp lock down too. We'll see. We saw yesterday Bit came in on Nuke, and we weren't sure if it was just a temporary substitution or if Bit was supposed to always play on all the maps from now on. But as soon as Flamey logged on, he was looking hot, shooting hot, barrels fiery hot, magma barrel. He's doing a barrel roll.
Let's see if Vitality goes spinning out of control in the face of the defense here from Navi. If any of you big brainers out there can somehow or some way justify these unsilenced USPs, I need to know what's going on with Navi.
I mean,
Simple
some people
start
play
of
with
it.
inverted audio. Nothing makes sense.
I don't know. Apex. He's going to get that P250 kill to start this shindig. And we got a FAMAS now in hand. RPK. Just the sidearm. And Simple trying to use that scout. Ooh, sure enough, takes the head of Apex, eats a flashbang. This B site still compromised. Perfecto trying to deal with shox, and that draws the attention of Simple up as well. Perfecto, he takes a ton of damage on that play.
That looked like the least fun engagement of all time.
Ooh,
the
zywoo.
flank.
He slips back behind Boomich. That's an MP9 now offered over. Still no bomb plant as that player is pinned in the corner of the site. And Simple gets another headshot, but it is all on Perfecto. They had swapped guns. That FAMAS for the scout. And now Perfecto somehow has to retake this with no kit and 15 measly HP points.
That's a tragic way to lose a round. Perfecto. Could he bring this back? Looks like not. He's got no HP. All that residual damage from that initial engagement with shox, as you were pointing out, caught up to him. Oof. I don't know how RBK wins that P250 duel into the ramp, but that's the one, right? Opens the site up. If you know the momentum swings completely. If that choke point allows more teammates to come in versus does control room win versus ramp or vice versa? I think that's where the round swings totally. Now, of course, letting him downstairs is one thing. I think Boomich on the CT side, he looked, he didn't look like he was playing lower that well versus Astralis. It felt like there were a few times he could have got caught off, and it was Simple to bail him out on CT side. Yes, we can rely on Simple to bail you out of games, but it's not what you want to see. So we'll see if this is something that Vitality will try to use more against them.
Simple's the first one to fall.
I can't tell, Connor, if more teams are going lower these days or less now. It feels like now there's more upper executes in the last couple weeks. And we saw a lot more lower executions, probably going team by team.
It's been back and forth. We saw Lexi B playing up in this position earlier today.
Yeah, he was just counting him up, putting him in the death note. Masuda's here to shoot.
RPK. He will get the end of that one.
It's like a meat packing facility. He just hits him with the mallet. RPK.
Bonk.
Vacuum seals him.
HP points is redundant, isn't it? Because the P stands for points.
Yeah, why do you say that?
Because I said it about a round ago.
Oh, okay.
And I've been thinking about it ever since.
HP points. Yeah. This is the Department of Redundancy Department. My name's Connor Gervin.
Flamey's able to get into the hut, but it should be stopped. RPK is going to plant in the back site. Really a question of how many players can survive here for Vitality.
HSP percentage high. That's what I say sometimes, so.
I appreciate you syncing with me.
Of course.
We go down together in this rowboat.
Well, if you leave holes on your side and I leave holes on my side,
it evens out.
We slow down. We still sink, but we both last a little longer, I think. A little self-deprecation. Never hurt nobody.
So, 2 players to save here for Navi. Double digits found by Vitality. That's 2 pistol round wins for Navi, but obviously this one doesn't get converted because of those antics.
You know, maybe we would sink
in the force buy.
We would sink equally as quickly, but I think in the one case there's like 4 holes on one side only and no holes on the other, might capsize.
That's true.
Flip over.
Yeah.
It's a much more dramatic way to go out.
Side by side.
HSP percentage.
Like these 2 players with Deagles and Kevlar. That is the only hope here for Navi in the 19th round. They've each got a smoke grenade, if that matters at all.
That's nice. It matters for sure.
They're initially thrown out.
Smoke scare people on these rounds, man. It's all
Well, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And I find that scary.
Mm-hmm.
The fire would have to come out of the hand cannons of Perfecto and Flamey.
Oh, man. Look, we got a CT back buying guns. We got one closer up. One in the heavens. They're kind of waiting for something like this to come through.
Look at these little...
I think Simple takes first contact, and then our red box guy pokes out. Ooh.
Oh my god, he has 1 H. Oh my god.
That's well done. That's very well done.
That's USPs.
That's a cool setup right there. That's what you'd love to see.
I mean, Flamey hits a banger through the window, but that was just USP from that distance as well.
The rotations are not too favorable to hold upper. Yeah, okay, well, damage on Apex could mean something. 4v3 and...
Bomb plant front sight.
Yeah.
Apex into a position where he can already start. We need to see the USP shots from Simple this round. Because the player outside of Heaven went down to 1 health so quick, and then he gets the FAMAS, and Masuda's also taken out of this one. There is still plenty of time for the defuse. It's about finding RPK. He's front sight in hut. Simple right on him. And Electronic takes a second frag as well.
That's an excellent round. I mean, listen, you don't always want to credit the team for winning a round like that, with just USPs, no investment, but it's well orchestrated here by Navi. They read the Heaven Wrap setup. They have 2 players in position. They hit the shots they're supposed to hit. Simple makes a glorious play. And of course, this is the big one here. Flamey, it's the 1, 2, 3 punch. Okay, they got the Flamey, plus they got Electronic and Simple all the way back in spawn as well.
Simple shot. Hey.
Doing his Lion King impression. It's a frustrating one.
I would like to see if Simple did any damage all the way back from CT spawn, because that's what got me amped. If Electronic did the double dink, then so be it.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Collateral misses the follow-up shot, but already 2 kills to his name here from Simple. And he is in a bit of a pickle, but dodges back to the other side of Garage. Masuda's going to be boosted up above red, or at least he was supposed to be. Missed his chance, and now the smoke fades, so they're a little more nervous.
Oh, you love that. Off a display smoke, too. Okay, 1 trade back. That's something. Big garage control is a big one, too. Simple. He was amped to try to peek some more. Oof, I think we got a banger on our hands.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, doesn't it? Remember last time Simple took to the CT side of Nuke, he went 21-1 against Astralis of all teams. 2 counter-terrorists inside of the vent. They definitely hear all these footsteps. In fact, Masuda, he runs right into the line of fire. RPK is going to try to wrap back around Hut. Flamey, first challenge, and RPK now half health. We've got Apex with the bomb plant inside of the site. Electronic could wrap around to heaven, and then it's the 2 CTs here inside Squeaky. They get the better of RPK and Apex. Perfecto and Boomich coming together to keep 3 players alive as Navi tie at 10.
Nothing but love for what we're seeing right into the first rifle round, basically. That cross smoke gets displaced either by a molly, probably by a molly here outside. And this is the simple shot. Yeah, he thinks shox right down to 1 HP. Oh my God. Or was it all electronic?
Couldn't have been, because Electronic only got him once he backed
there's
up.
the assist there for simple.
Yeah.
He hit him definitely headshot long distance.
That far away.
From downtown. No, he was throwing bullets at him.
Well, ain't that something?
Oh, it certainly is. Well, always nice to see a round 1 by collateral.
Keep your eyes glued to the screen, folks. This game's getting hot, and it's 10 rounds each at the moment. shox, he thinks he's being sneaky through smokes. And suddenly, he's naked and exposed in the open. Luckily for him, didn't cost him his life.
It's windy out there. And from what we've seen so far this game from Flamey, he's negative, but this is his hallmark position right here, holding down the ramp. He is La Tank on the ramp. 2 rotates downstairs. Outside is more barren than the Arctic and the Ice Age. There's nothing here. So everybody is focused in on trying to hold either upstairs or lower, and they've got where's the 5th CT? Oh, there's 2 trying to come back up secret. This actually is the big play versus an upstairs hit. So Vitality, they actually are not in a great position unless they go for a vent dive.
Playing for the A site, Perfecto just going to keep himself in the corner. There's the dive. 2 go down, 1 dies. And Simple looking for that anchor in the form of shox. Flamey, he's slain. zywoo trades, quarter health, and Simple, he gets executed. shox still very much a part of this play.
They're just rushing this lower guy, though.
Yeah, trying to finish off zywoo before shox can get down there. Perfecto, he's locked in on this, and that is ice in his veins. But we're talking about zywoo in a clutch. Perfecto and Boomich on the other side of this. They've got the kits, they've got the flashbangs, but they do not know where zywoo is, and that bomb already gone beyond the halfway point. Boomich, he jumps, and that costs him. He gets his head taken clean off, and zywoo, he's looking to just delay by way of flashbang. There is nothing Perfecto can do. He gets the kill, but so be it. Vitality taking 11.
Yeah. XIWU, baby. zywoo. 1v2. No problem. Thought that was wrapped up. That was actually such a beautiful round from Navi in the setup. They even get all these kills with people crossing downstairs. But what happens here? Not enough time to get into the lower site. Boomich goes flying over the railing like he's Tom Cruise. That's device, man.
Thought maybe he could just jump across, clear it as he flew.
You know, that's one of those situations where you got a little bit more time on the clock. Maybe you don't go flying over the railing.
A little bit of parkour. But they invented that in France. zywoo, he denies him the chance at the 2v1. Navi now down by 1 round, and their economy is on the line here in the 22nd. Up on Simple.
Well. It looked like the vent dive was the only good option, and even that option quickly wore off its value, but they still made it happen. But they're lucky to get that close. It was an expensive round. They're still down to Galil's after winning. Navi, I don't think they're too shaken. And so far, there's not much pressure anywhere here from Vitality.
Continuation spray, only good for the first one. Boomich also on top of the hut. zywoo, he's going to start pressuring in through Mini, but it's Flamey. Double kill. And shox, well, he's lost his bomb, he's lost his way, and soon to be slain because Simple comes walking in.
Oh, that's scary, man. Everything, Navi are getting very confident. And Vitality, they're looking a little bit one-dimensional. Their CT side looked like they were bringing a lot of ideas here. Now they appear to be very readable, at least when we're looking at this from Navi's perspective. They're not scared of anything that's coming. That hut play, I think they've been waiting for a couple of rounds now. We've got a pause in place. This is a tense moment strategically here. There's a lot of pressure on Apex to come up with something, be a little bit more innovative, where I think it looked like some of the stuff failed outside from Navi when it came to the takes, but at least they were doing stuff. And then eventually they used electronic to come through with a variety of different lurks, whether it was through credit card, through big garage, and through mini. There were so many different levels, layers to the way he was playing it, and so much different variety in the smokes. I've been more than critical about Navi on their T sides since Boomich came on the team. I felt like they were bringing more innovations to the CT side than they were to T side. That seems to have changed a little bit. They're looking a little bit more like a two-way team now. And it's pretty impressive that they appear to be getting one over on Vitality. Have them a bit scared.
Heavy utility. Remember, this is everything they could buy. Vitality. They take this risk. Economically, all on the line. CT smoke trickles in. That's going to nullify zywoo for the moment. He opens up the doorway, applies a bit of pressure here with the grenades, and they're going to follow up on it. Same play. Perfecto trying to dodge flashes. Unarmored players, for the most part, easily cut down. Perfecto. Perfection. 3K on the hold. Navi in the lead.
Unshaken. He's standing up there. Oof. shox turning himself into a ghoul with that stress. Don't touch your face.
It's the third one, man.
It's all too easy. Listen, it's so easy to look at an upstairs site exec and be like, damn, that was so easy, or damn, that was so hard. The flashes from Navi and that T side were perfect. The way that they were able to cross, that's supposed to be extremely difficult to do, especially versus a team like Vitality. They've got to work on theirs.
Well, now's the benefit of Navi's last round win. Nothing other than a single P250 here for Vitality's team. Electronic should be able to body bag him with his eyes closed. Like a blind man at the morgue.
A very talented blind man at the morgue.
Maybe he is blind. Can't quite get that first headshot. Simple. He's going to start shaving him off of the side of it. They understand exactly where Vitality are at, and that $300 investment is worth something, but not too much.
Wipe the slate clean. Let's get set up. Navi, they conquer this challenge. Easy route to the finish line. That's where Vitality have to really bring something a bit different. I don't think it's going to end upstairs in the same way that we just saw. I think Vitality will have to work a little bit harder here, whether that's ramp or outside.
We have Perfecto catching up to Simple. Both those players on 23 kills at the moment. There's the two-headed dragon that Vitality are trying to deal with.
They don't seem to like to try to go for vent dives either. It's just not a lot of pressure here. No one's getting downstairs. When was the last time we got a bomb plant?
Last time we had a bomb plant? Round 21. 3 in a row for Navi. With no need of a defuse. And no success for Vitality. More utility usage outside. Electronic, his hands are busy with the smokes inside of Squeaky. Boomich, he tries to walk in on this. He then runs all the way back, just barely getting around these corners. It costs him half his health, but he still stands.
That's what I was surprised about. I feel like Boomich, he always gets caught off guard playing lower. He never plays it safe. Never just crack spots with a smoke out. Instead, there's always an opening to try to kill him, but they've never tested him. So here they finally do that. However, the time has ticked down so much for the amount of space that they've made. They're at least in lower at this point, but what is the actual strategy? There's still a lower rotation. Boomich is downstairs, plus their ramp guy's still up. Boomich goes down, and now they've got to act. 20 seconds to go.
Flamey's going to challenge over from ramp alongside Simple. zywoo with another headshot, but Masuda the bomb carrier. It's the late A play, and Perfecto from the corner can only get himself a single kill. That is all they've got. A very late squeeze from Vitality, which still could have come in if it wasn't for zywoo down on that B site, also racking up frags. But obviously, it's just sold all the better when they see so much success on that B site. Very late play by Vitality, but you're talking about it. Boomich over towards CeRq, almost being caught with his pants down, ran back with them on his ankles, and still was able to hold, but it was still looking rough. And then, after the back of that, we saw the B site tumble. So 2 players survive here for Vitality. 12th round on the board. They are still within 1.
Yeah, I think at the point of those 2 entries came in, Vitality could do no wrong. They could pick upstairs, pick downstairs, they were fine. The kills came through. So, okay, so Vitality, they evolved the game plan a little bit. They tested downstairs a bit more. They get some more progress in the default. The time is still a bit sketchy to me for how much time it took to get to this point. But it's a big opening kill here for shox, of course. That makes their options, keeps their options wide open. The split looks good in the end. So, Vitality, I think it's time to remove the cobwebs. We still have a buy, certainly, right? Yeah, lots of money here for NAVI. They're trying to stave this off. And now for NAVI, I think some of the cool ideas we saw from Vitality when it started to become more about outside was Vitality were doing a good job of either getting information or doing damage versus the secret cross, like trying to fight it a little bit. Take the fight before anybody actually does get lower. Now, the 2 options you have, of course, you could play someone in secret, or you could, you know, flash push the smoke like people are doing, or play up close red. But I think for the most part, NAVI are not playing in yard all that much.
Over 100 ADR for both Simple and Perfecto. As we're talking about that, you know, the 2 heads of NAVI at the moment. Have to see if they can keep it up. Wall of smokes for Vitality outside. Question marks being created. How did NAVI answer? They've got a player coming in mini. That's Boomich, who doesn't want to take too much of a risk. zywoo could get flashed through. Electronic's going to gather that information.
Yeah, they take this risk. He even takes a step. And now he just will post.
It's also no longer Boomich downstairs, but it's actually Simple down towards the double doors. So if they continue onwards through CeRq, they're going to get a face full of Simple.
Oof.
Boomich taking a bit of a risk here. Dancing with death.
They still actually don't know about Electronic, huh?
Nope.
He's just been AFK for a while here, waiting on this angle.
And Flamey's now come over. They're going to flash Electronic into the garage. He goes peeking in and dies out to zywoo. Still 2 Ts in there.
Damn, he wasn't really set up to peek that fast.
Now it gets all the harder.
Oh.
shox, he's going to execute Boomich. Finds his head instantly on the garage peak. This is going very well for Vitality. They're looking to tie the game at 13 rounds.
Oh, this is actually a big play by Flamey.
Yep, takes a position back behind AC, sprays into shox. zywoo next up, but survives. And Simple nullified all this time, still sitting down by double doors. 20 seconds, and he finally walks away once zywoo gets into position because he has this inkling that they're coming from the opposite side. Simple misses a shot, flicks into zywoo. 10 seconds left. If he denies this bomb plant, he is good to go, but he can't. He has to fall away. It's him and Perfecto that were unable to get any duels going for them until those final 20 seconds.
Oh.
And by the time that happens, Perfecto's completely countered out of the position, and Vitality, with their feet on B, find a 13th.
Damn, they don't have the money, man. Vitality were really resting on hoping that NAVI made a mistake when they took big garage control, and NAVI just fed right into it. I don't like the idea of Electronic getting flashed into big garage. I guess it would have been fine if Electronic could take a peek carefree without actually, you know, investing his life or death into that moment. Like if the flash had come in as a proper pop flash and he was only and he was able to turn the corner really quickly. Like here, see how late it is?
Yeah.
See, zywoo doesn't get blind, but there's still that moment where he's not looking at that angle, which is why he's not blind. And that's a moment where electronic could peek in, get the shot off. But instead, it feels like all it does is it gives zywoo a moment to react. If there was no flash, zywoo was looking in the wrong spot. Electronic could have swung on him. So the coordination there was really bad for such an important moment.
Condolences to Flamey as well. He hits that dink versus zywoo, but just couldn't quite catch the kill, and it could have made a world of difference. This round, we get an easy pickup versus apex outside. He's caught by surprise, just like Perfecto is here on A. RPK hits the headshot, but Simple's already into the equation, striking them down from the heavens like it's nobody's business.
At least pull the op out. My God. Barely let him see it. I said, no, that's mine. Damn, the fast play. It does catch. It catches Navi off guard, but they don't expect Electronic to, for once, play up close, and then as all their attention is drawn towards Mini. This wicked play from Simple. 3K with the drop-down no-scope. Beautiful stuff. Oof. I mean, it looked like a good round there for a second. Sudden change of pace, upstairs.
But that's the Simple factor.
The Simple factor, yeah.
Comes into heaven. No respect. You can see the player outside of hut really not thinking he was exposed. Watch this aggression. Just takes a total risk. And zywoo unable to stop it. shox, poor guy. He's got a family, Simple.
Damn.
And now Vitality working with peanuts.
They'll invest, though. Masuda, he's got the AK in hand. They've got MAC-10s to go with. It won't be a long round, and they seem to take a little bit of time here in spawn to make a decision. So it's a snap call, but they're going to go for it. Going
Double
for gold.
MAC-10. We've seen this get shut down a couple of times. Once with a half buy like this, once with even less. It's normally Perfecto right above hut, and a player on the floor. And look, same situation, same result so far. 2 kills coming out of Perfecto. Electronic throws himself into the equation, and every single player gets shut down on hut. 15 rounds for Navi.
That was it. That was. I mean, it was a great round for Navi. It was a Hail Mary for Vitality. They're trying the same thing to come upstairs. Guess what, Connor? You get
Same
melted
result.
down like a cheese string in the microwave.
Not on top of the microwave, though.
Inside of it. Oh, man.
All right, so Vitality, this is it. Your T side has fizzled out. 3 total shutdowns on the fast A plays. And they'll get one final attempt to throw something. See if it sticks to the wall. Gonna go ahead and ice out that Molotov. Flamey, he's gonna have to eject down ramp. He is being chased for the time being. zywoo, Tech 9, gets the kill. This is an opening. Electronic at a distance. Deep frag grenade. Decent damage. But they pick up that AK.
Yeah,
Now there's a Galil and an AK. Still utility to use. And so much time on the clock that they get Navi in an awkward spot. We've got Simple pushing that op up close.
my God, he's taking
This would be such a brazen play. And Masuda wide swings. Electronic's able to trade it, but now he still sits back sight.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a little scared. The op is actually within reach. I don't know if they'll go out and grab it, but there's a chance they try. shox on this lurk. That could be everything for this team. Now, of course, he has to be careful. He wants his teammates to stay alive. Electronic frags mean the world here to Navi, and it looks like he's on for at least one more. But
wow,
the displacement Molotov, and now shox activates his lurk. He's going to come upstairs, and this is a chance for them to actually use this lurk. I don't know where his next opponent is.
Oh my God, zywoo, he's between 2 CTs and smoke begins to fade. Perfecto jumps over to the control. zywoo locks in on him, and now it is all on Boomich to deny Vitality a 14th round and a 30th. This is their chance. It's OT for Vitality or Navi close after we go the distance. What's their money like? Other than Simple on 7.6, they are working with scraps.
I don't hate the play that Simple made. I think, you know, it's one of those madness or genius moments where that could be the end of the game right there. I think Electronic is actually kind of an uncomfortable spot on the back of the site. That's a ridiculous shot to take him down. But with the amount of bullets that were coming his way, eventually one of them was going to hit, right? But here's a position where Simple, he can work off his teammate behind him. If he doesn't just get instant one bulleted, the trade is there. But of course, it's high risk because of him dying, because of the op getting lost. And now boomich, he actually only has a USP. Simple's opping, but there's 3 FAMASes, not a single M4 on this round. There is no guarantee that NAVI will win this, even though they've looked pretty good so far here on CT side.
They've got a player inside of the vent and one further back.
Can you believe that? Desperation ramp rush here from Vitality. And that's what gets us into round 30 and high hopes for OT.
But Simple looking to strike down those hopes.
Ooh, that's a
and
big
sure
mistake.
enough, first shot, first kill. Electronic continues on.
Look at this the reroute here. The Electronic goes down. Simple, he starts to get more committed within the site. This is the play of the hour, right? He's sitting on top of the site with a teammate at ramp, trying to make this connection between him and his teammate. He's going to, I guess, leave the keys to upstairs to Perfecto and boomich and try to work with Flamey to lock it down here.
But this time,
and Flamey and boomich, they've got hut control. So upstairs, it'll seemingly appear to be the better spot to take, and they might know that they've taken hut control.
but they've got 30 seconds to make this work.
Yeah, and they've still got the player disadvantage.
Players pushed up into the lobby will be smoked off from Squeaky. Hut could be their chance to challenge. Remember, boomich only on the USP, and he's one of the 2 CTs that has gone into lobby. He's working alongside Perfecto. Flamey, he doubles back from ramp all the way over to Trophy. zywoo's going to counter out Simple so that he cannot come up vent until we are in the post plant. A post plant in round 30. And Navi, they're going to try to retake. zywoo has to turn attention, and he hits the leg shot into boomich. Flashes for himself, and Simple finds the wall bang, but Masuda, he's got that quick trade frag, and RPK still up on those rafters. Guns down 2, Simple peeks, hits the first, and Masuda, he almost falls. Vitality, they take 15.
Let's go to overtime. I'm so ready for this. After what we've seen, it took desperation in those final moments from Vitality to get to this point, but surely they've learned some lessons now. Now we can talk. This is a big round from Simple. That trade through opposite vent here, coming out, this I thought was the reason that they were going to win, and he almost clutches out the 1v1 as well. Off by millimeters on the second frag. That was
how
big.
close.
Escorting RPK up into heaven, that's a sick play from Vitality in the post plant.
And we didn't really get to notice it because we had zywoo looking to find an angle, challenged by the flashbang.
Just burn a Molotov.
Fireworks, Mohan. They're announcing their attack. Vitality having brought it all the way back now. 3 rounds to the T side.
Quality grenade here. Simple. There'll be a bit of a change of heart about how they want to approach outside. Electronic is playing in this kind of leash position in the back of big garage. It's really great for catching the mini drop downs. Anybody turn the corner. No one else doing anything quite that special. They've got RBK's fallback plan is the only thing. But Vitality wait. They stay patient. And Simple now he's starting to think. He's the man to watch. He's the guy who will basically read correctly most of the time as to where that he thinks that Vitality will go. He can't make up his mind right now. Jostling back and forth between Hell and Ramp. And it looks like, yeah, Ramp is starting to come.
First headshot from Electronic, but it's the ramp room that's under question. Simple, he's looking to find an answer, but zywoo off of the side of the box takes his head clean off. B site fully compromised. Man advantage for Vitality. Double doors swung open, and a peek over from control that could cost them. zywoo, he just dives in. It's barely visible, and it's enough to scare zywoo into the back of the bomb site. But if anything, that just ensures the plant. boomich still able to find success here. It's Apex who dies instead. Did he need to extend? That's the question. Will Navi retake the bomb site? we're going to find our answer. Perfecto and Boomich still from the double door side. That actually allows Electronic to come in from decon, but of course, zywoo swinging around, trades it back, and even gets Perfecto. It's Vitality with the first round win of OT.
Another monster round here from zywoo, just with the AK as well, to top it all off. The double entry here, Flamey getting taken down, going and getting no kills is something that you don't often see. That could have been man advantage for Na'Vi. Then they busted apart, taking out Simple. zywoo multi-fragging within the site. Beautiful stuff. And that was just not an easy round to win. And see, the game plan's already developed a little bit. They won that freak ramp rush into Flamey with just Tech 9s. Here they do it on a full gun round. It's the remedy to the situation where Vitality have had not many good-looking rounds overall. Their upstairs stuff right away has failed. Their outside stuff hasn't looked too hot. Well, it looks like they've started to cause a problem for Na'Vi on their rotations, putting a little bit more pressure on Flamey. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to test him again.
Flamey only has that one incendiary now.
Just got to be careful about being pre-fired.
Oh, nice. Shaves one player off of the side.
They chase him down. No rotation here from Simple. Nobody actually moves. Simple's dedicated opposite vent here, watching Squeaky. I mean, it can be a strong spot to op late into the round, but... Oh... my goodness. We've got hell control here for Vitality. No telling what site they're going to commit to. But it seems like upper via heaven is definitely on the menu for the moment.
Comes over towards Secret. shox. To keep this pressure down on B. Flamey, he's going to be fine. RPK, he gets rewarded. Electronic walks into him. Perfecto. He's looking for the angle. He gets eliminated. Simple still from vents. What is that? Quick scope into zywoo. Apex shox answer back. Man advantage for the T side. Barely enough time, but they will still take that plant. And shox, well, he's got a delivery. Easy no scope. And a second for Vitality's OT side.
Oh, they're fired up now. Vitality definitely looking strong. They get away with a more complex round. They get ramp control quickly, even if it's at the cost of a player. Simple tries his damnedest, opping from Squeaky, from the opposite vent into Squeaky to make up for his teammates dying, but it's not quite enough. Electronic, he needs to go and clear. He's been the key piece of the puzzle in these defaults where they sit and wait for a mistake. Electronic either, you know, flashing into big garage in that round in regulation, walking into the crosshairs of RPK in hell. They're testing him. They're leaving a few too many gaps in the defense, and Vitality are worming their way in. I think if normally you would have Simple in a spot with way more utility, like sitting in hell, so he can come and help out Flamey, so that he can watch outside, so that he can watch heaven. But the kind of player Simple is, if he feels like he should commit something, he will. So if he's going to play upstairs, he feels like it's going to end upstairs, that's what he's going to do. Of course, that's how you have to play if you want to have impact. Look at the ADR. No one's really scoring that high for Vitality. That's pretty surprising. But it's definitely a unified effort here. zywoo leading the charge.
Unified French front.
Oof.
The economy's completely bottomed out for Na'Vi in this last round of OT. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. I mean, definitely Vitality earned it, right? They played 2 sick T rounds here. And they're not out of the woods. Of course, we saw in this game, Na'Vi win a full USP round versus Vitality.
That's painful. We've got Simple going down early and Electronic right there with him. This leaves 2 Deegs and an MP9 versus a full buy from a very fired up Vitality. Even their utility near gone. Single flash on Perfecto. Tons of time for Vitality to just milk this round. They could wrap around hell to heaven. A site would be fully compromised. And if Flamey dies here downstairs, well, that could really be the end of it. But zywoo's just going to start skating back away. So this does open a door for Flamey. Not only are the CTs in sight on high guard, but zywoo, oh, he's supposed to have been dead a little bit sooner. Still, Flamey and Boomich able to deliver. Perfecto, he's inside this hut. 71 HP. shox looks to lock him in. He needs some headshots with fire at his feet. It gets all the harder, and Vitality will have a flawless overtime T side.
Yeah, they're always looking for one. This is very scary. I'm actually shocked. It felt like NAVI were going to win this game. Straight up and down. It felt like they were playing better. It felt like Vitality, they looked a little bit foggy when it came to their T side, but they've already made improvements round after round. After what we saw, some of those Hail Mary desperation upper takes that got melted down, they've changed. They've got a new face to them now.
Yeah, valid point, right? Those were some of like the most disappointing moments of that T side.
Looked like they were for sure going to lose at that point.
Like they were banking on map 2 and 3 of this BO3 series.
Yeah, this is Navi's map pick as well. So of course, going over to Dust 2, I mean, it's the series that everyone got their map, so it's totally fine. It doesn't actually make a world of difference towards the outcome of the game. Just besides the fact that one team is a map up. The maps themselves, they're all going to be very competitive.
Creepy crawling electronic. Oh, he's been able to get himself through the credit card. Apex, he's going to walk right into that never expected electronic, but Masuda very much there to patch up the hole in this boat. No longer a sinking ship. Vitality, shox, easy double kill over towards ramp room. And unless Simple and Flamey can combine for the 2 versus 4, this is Vitality taking away Nuke in OT. Masuda, another easy pickup. And poor Flamey, your days are numbered, my friend. He's been seen, he's been spotted.